Alright boys, welcome back to the channel. I've been playing the Battlefield 6 open beta all weekend. I will absolutely be throwing my wallet at EA because I've actually always loved EA. I don't know if you guys know that, but what I've done is a little bit different to some of my other videos. Basically what I've done is I've accumulated a bunch of clips from over the weekend that sort of show off all the different classes, the different vehicles, and just how insanely cracked I am at this game. And I will be calling it Mayo's Master Beta Montage. First on the director's cut is the engineer class. Yes! Surprisingly, a valid crash out, but we'll get to that part later. Obviously, the engineer is the anti-tank class. However, I prefer to use it as more of a anti-human class.
Bang! Direct hit! Ah!
But for the sake of content, I might as well just show you what it looks like to destroy a tank. Yes, that one at the distance was the one I was aiming for, and then we hit him with a spectacular jump shot. But if you look closely, you'll notice that there was no one in the vehicle at the time. That was probably one of top 10 plays of my career so far. Well, that's a little awkward, isn't it? Perhaps we'll have some better luck with the other weapons, because unlike other Battlefield games, the classes aren't limited to one specific type of weapon. You can really equip any weapon you want, but as you can tell by these clips, it really doesn't matter what gun I'm using, because I'm clearly just a terror to the streets. Because this is obviously still a beta, there is a little bit of clunkiness and a little bit of bugginess that goes on, like me shooting this dude in the ass and he goes flying. So I had to go teabag him quickly. And here we have some people who have climbed their way to the top of the map, which you shouldn't be able to access. Of course, I disciplined them.
Get down from there! Get down from there! Bad boys!
Now, because this is Battlefield and not COD, your job as an engineer is not to chase around Pickle Rick or Peter Griffin. It's actually to yell abuse at your tank driver while you try to heal them while being bombarded by 3 different vehicles, an RPG, and an aircraft.
I'm the only reason you're alive! Alright? Now respect me! Respect me! Respect your engineer! Right now! This tank is only living because of me. They must know it. They must know what I'm doing for them. Holy shit, this tank should be dead. It is. It's a lost cause. Goodbye. Alright, we got this tank sorted. We got this tank's not going down! This tank will never go down! Oh shit, it might go down if we don't fix this up right now. Come on! Oh, where did the tank go?
The main problem you'll have as an engineer is when the dipshit driving the tank completely abandons you in the middle of the objective and kills both of you in the process.
Why are you doing this to me? Fucking bitch! God, tankers, man.
Yes, that is a derogatory term, but it is okay because I am also a tanker.
Excuse me. Oh, he's in a way better tank than me. It's not about how big your tank is. It's actually about how you use it. Oh, they're pretty much every direction but the one I'm looking. And that is how you drive a tank, ladies and gentlemen. If you need more demonstrations, make sure to like and subscribe, and I can show you plenty more of those.
You'll quickly learn that tanking isn't exactly for everyone, especially for those who didn't have many people in their class at school. However, as a much more experienced tank driver, I prefer the method of tactically testing the destruction of the environment.
Oh shit, man, oh fuck, shits. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to destroy your house. Oh yeah, no, see, that building was like that before I got here.
I actually ended up quite enjoying just sitting in the gunner seat and letting one of the less talented tank drivers have a go.
Oh yeah. What's the health situation with Not favorable.
I think the reason I was enjoying this part specifically was because it was the first time I stopped trying to play Battlefield like I play COD. The way I see it, it's kind of like trying to eat an apple by shoving it all the way down your throat and swallowing it in one go like you would eat a banana. It just doesn't quite work. Where yes, you can go in and try and get as many kills with as little deaths as possible, but it's actually just not as fun as getting into a tank battle and getting yourself fully immersed in the way this game does really, really well.
I kind of got like my crew killed, but I survived. Like all the engineers in the back of my vehicle definitely all died, but I lived. And ultimately, that is all that matters.
One of the more enjoyable experiences I had was actually this one. We went to go capture an objective and then an enemy tank just sort of popped up and we just had this big ass battle for objective D. And as you can see here, like I was starting to get a few kills and everything, but I just couldn't get rid of this tank. And it was because he just had like 3 engineers in the back of his tank just making it extremely difficult for me to blow it up. However, I did manage to blow up this Jeep, and I guess I was kind of just hoping you wouldn't be able to tell that that wasn't a tank. In the beta, there are actually 3 different types of tanks, including this snazzy little Recon one, which is my favorite. However, I never really seemed to stay in those tanks too long, and would inevitably get jumped by like 5 different RPGs and 2 different tanks. Except for when this fella kind of just landed on my tank out of nowhere, and I was like, what the hell are you doing up there, mate? And then I quickly realized that he was planting C4 on top of me, and that didn't end too well. Which then reminded me that I can use C4, and that is why we are going on to the Recon class next. Now, this is a class that I probably used the least over the beta weekend, but I think that's mainly because of the maps. Really, there's only enough room to like truly snipe in this map in Tajikistan. I can't remember what it's called. Like I give a shit. And all the sniping is centered around this objective C, which is kind of like a little choke point on top of a hill. So whoever holds C has all the snipers, and it can get really AIDS. The only other sniper kill that I managed to get was this one in Cairo.
Eat it! Eat that shit! Oh. My bad, man. You got me.
Otherwise, the other 3 maps are just too close quarters. And how about that for unrealism, because I've literally blown that man's ACL out, but yeah, what do I know? And it's definitely just nothing to do with my ability as a sniper. As you can kind of see here, this guy's lag switching on me. Crazy. Ban him, please. So I ended up switching to a marksman rifle, which I had a bit more success with just because I could fire it a bit faster. Also, as a recon, you get these snazzy little respawn devices. They call like tac inserts in COD, which I think are kind of helpful in terms of just having your squad be nearby you, because if you want to be revived, you need your squad, and also you can get into like a pretty cool spot. You know, pretty self-explanatory stuff, but you know, some people aren't the brightest, especially the ones I was playing with, so I feel the need to explain some of this so that when the game fully comes out, I don't have dipshits like this one in this tank here. Ultimately, like, similar to the sniper, there was quite a lot of cheaters in the lobby. Made it quite hard to hit people. Yeah, and you see this one here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is just like a strong gust of wind behind me there. You know, only pro players would probably pick up that one. And he was just like a cool little revive from the, like, drag revive mechanic, which is actually really cool, because, like, I'm just pulling this guy out of, like, death's doors. I felt real heroic and shit doing that. Oh, here we are, back in Tajikistan. Here's a worldly snipe about to go down. Watch this shit. Bang! Bang! Nobody's hitting that but me. Oh, yes, now here's the great defense of the hallway, where I finally figured out how to use my C4. Bang! Bang! One more. For the culture. For the culture! I think I ended up dying in this hallway like 3 or 4 times, but my squad mates were actually reviving me, which meant that we were just kind of stuck there, and I was constantly getting resupplied with C4 so I could keep blowing up the hallway, and I started stacking up just an insane amount of kills. Now, if you're more of a run and gun type of player, then the assault class might be a bit more your speed.
Let's utilize our fucking prospects here, gents. Oh shit, I've injected my shit. I just injected my shit. Let's figure out the consequences of this one. Nice, that's how we clear that. Boy, I'm liking this. I feel a little bit more mobile. I feel a bit more like attacking. Like I'm assaulting or something.
One thing you notice straight away with this Battlefield game is that the environment is very volatile, especially at the beginning of games like this, where the vehicles just exploding left, right, and center, and then all the buildings just come crumbling down. It also is pretty noticeable that it is a beta when, you know, bodies start flying all over the place with like these insane ragdoll physics. And it also is pretty funny, so I actually wouldn't be mad if they kept it in the game. The assault class, like the engineer, has a second weapon, but this time instead of an RPG, it is just a shotgun. And now this shotgun is just an absolute obliterator. It usually takes 1 or 2 shots to kill everyone. It's got a pretty decent range on it. However, it is kind of counterbalanced because as an assault, you have far less ammo in your sort of primary weapon. So once you run out of that, then you switch to your shotgun. It kind of forces you to play more assaulting, would you believe it or not, and just sort of run at people with reckless abandon. So I do kind of like it. However, I did find my shotgun, I don't think was like the sight was aligned properly here. So if you notice, like, I'm hitting these shots, but like the reticle must have been off. And this was probably one of my more impressive clips. Just absolutely running there with a shotgun, just bang that man in the face, like that man as well. GG's. After playing Assault for a reasonable amount of time, I did form a slight addiction to the stimulants they give you. However, I am not complaining, this is very much a benefit of the job. The last and final gadget they give you as an Assault is like this mini grenade launcher with 2 bullets in it, essentially. But I find it's pretty useless unless you're lying square on the ground like this guy here. Yeah, not sure what he was up to. In summary, the Assault class, fairly decent. If you're a bit more of a refined gentleman like myself, I would like to introduce to you the anti-aircraft gun, my personal favourite weapon in the whole beta. Now, as you can see here, we had 2 individuals that tried to rush me. I sent one of them to the Shadow Realm, while the other one managed to evade me.
Where are you? Is he just running perfectly behind me? He is! He is! Come back here! Come back here! No! 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 Wait, no!
Unfortunately, he did get away. Now, the AA gun is actually really fun to use. It's very good at taking down helicopters, but I would very much recommend not even wasting your time trying to hit a jet. So after I shot down all the helicopters, I then decided to turn my anti-aircraft gun into an anti-human gun, and that was fairly successful.
Sorry, I'm still really locked into this anti-aircraft gun. I'm really enjoying it.
Perhaps we should return to something a bit more conventional.
I wanted to be an engineer when I was growing up, but necessity required me to be a medic, and that's why I'll be the best goddamn medic the streets of Cairo have ever seen. And they knew Jesus, I'm pretty sure.
Now, the medic or support class is pretty simple. Basically, you have a set of defibrillators and you go around reviving people. Every time I get a revive, I get a little XP and a bit of a chub on. As a medic, you are completely useless unless you have your teammates with you. Unless you're me, of course, because I'm fucking cracked. This is because unless there is another medic nearby, only your squad mates can revive you. And surprise, surprise, your squad mates are pretty dog shit.
My teammate, 2 meters away, could totally get me right here. Could totally just grab me at any point, man. Just turn around, revive your boy. Oh no. Oh no, I'm dead. My family. Oh my god, my family.
So it kind of makes sense that when you are a medic and you're running 40 meters to go save a life, they do tend to just give up and die before you can reach them.
Don't go on me! You idiot! You fucking fool! I could have saved you!
In this moment, I actually channeled all of my generational trauma to just go and electrocute the shit out of these young men. You know, they're not going back to their families anymore because Lord Mayo whipped out his defibrillators. After that moment, I just sort of got addicted to the defibrillator kills, and I was just going out hunting for them, looking for that thrill of electrocuting someone to death on purpose.
Oh, I killed him! Oh, I killed him with my defibrillator! Oh my god, a complete accident as well.
Okay, well, you didn't have to tell them that. You know, I compare the sensation to, like, heroin. You do it once, and all of a sudden, you're doing it all the time, and it is quite positively the greatest experience you could probably ever have. So, for those of you watching, you should try and do some heroin. Right, so back to the medic gameplay. So, right here, we have me scoping down a hallway. What is going to happen here, do you reckon? Oh, okay, pretty underwhelming clip. Glad that I kept this one in the video. Oh, yes. Now, here is the greatest clip of the beta. The master beta clip, if you will. And that is simply because it is my superior bush tactics. As you can see, hiding in the bush makes you almost impenetrable to enemy bullets. Or simply that's just because I'm too good at the game. This is yet to be disclosed. But it does make sense that my best clip comes from the bush, because I actually love being in the bush. Usually your mother's bush.
Bush is my ally. George Bush. Any Bush. Your mom's Bush.
See, yeah, I got you twice there. How about you grow up? Oh, yeah, so right here, I've just found myself like a little glitch where you can kind of mantle over the wall. And I thought this was going to be like a sick clip because there were some enemies over there. Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out, and I kind of just ended up... I think it was a tank that came in and killed me. Yeah, see, right there was a tank right there. Don't know if you saw that. Right, so most of those clips are about being a medic. But now we have the big boys, the aircraft. And I know you dopamine addicts skip to the goddamn jet part of the chapters. Don't fucking lie to me, I know you did it. Essentially, being in a jet is just a constant panic of figuring out how to fly a jet.
Oh my god, how the fuck do you fly this thing? How the fuck do you fly this thing? Right, alright, no, yep, this is promising. This is promising, boys. survivable.
Okay, so once you evade those constant missile threats, you can maybe string together a strafing run, but calling it that might be a bit optimistic.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is flying a jet in Battlefield 6. Hope you enjoyed that. But what could be even better than that is flying a helicopter. Yeah, no, it's still awful. Now, I may be a tanker, but I am certainly no chopper, so I decided to jump in the gunner seat in the attack helicopter and let someone a little bit better take over the reins of the flying. Yeah, you can see kind of piecing together a couple kills. I don't really know what I'm shooting at. I see orange dots, I shoot them. It's as simple as that, and it's kind of enjoyable. And as is the case with every chopper stint, it didn't last too long. And me and my bro went for a little skydive. Isn't that cute? So, in summary, Battlefield 6, is it worth buying? Yes, absolutely. Now subscribe if you want to see more Battlefield 6 content just like this, and I know you do.